Hey all, it's Hunter. In this video, I'll give you a quick overview of CMS plugins in Framer and show you the fastest way that you can start building them. CMS plugins are super powerful for accelerating your content workflows and syncing your content that lives somewhere else into Framer. And with plugins, there are two main types of CMS collections: managed and unmanaged. Unmanaged are the normal collections in Framer that are primarily edited by people and are used when you want the source of truth of your content to be inside of Framer. A managed collection is when the collection is primarily controlled by a plugin. And this is great for content that lives somewhere else and is synced into Framer. For these collections, we show your plugin's icon and have specific actions like the sync and manage buttons in the toolbar. In code, most CMS plugins share a similar structure. They start with getting the collection, then setting the fields, and then adding the collection items. And this code on its own is technically a valid plugin. So if we run it and create a new collection, we just programmatically created a CMS item. And these same concepts are in all CMS plugins. However, going from this to a full-fledged, robust CMS plugin can be a lot of work. And this is where the CMS Starter Plugin comes in handy. By starting a plugin the normal way with npm create framer plugin, by adding a new parameter of starter with the value CMS, our plugin will start with the CMS starter rather than the default code template. We'll wait for everything to install and then go to our directory. Let's open our development plugin and create a new collection. And we can see we have a basic CMS plugin. Here we have a source selector. And if we click next, we have a fully functional interface for mapping your content fields to your CMS fields. And if we click import, the example content is synced into the CMS based on our field mapping selection. And with that functionality, you've already achieved the core goals of most CMS plugins for managed collections. Now it becomes more about plugging in your own data and customizing it as you'd like. So let's hop into the code. The starter is a minimal yet robust setup that includes our learnings from building many CMS plugins. The main thing to change to start working with your own data is the data.ts file and scroll down to get data source. In here is where the core data fetching for the plugin happens. So if we replace the fetch with one for our own data, we'll be most of the way to our own custom CMS plugin. For a simple example, let's swap the fetch for an API call to BlueSky, where we'll fetch the latest posts from the Framer account and sync them into the CMS. Don't worry about the BlueSky details here. Essentially, we fetch the data, set up the fields, and then map our items into the format that the CMS API expects. Now we've only changed this one file, but if we go into Framer, open our development plugin, create a new collection, go ahead with our posts source, and all the field mapping works as we'd expect. And now we have our BlueSky posts synced into the CMS. This is, of course, a simple example, but you can see that with just a bit more customization, the CMS starter gets you to a full-fledged CMS plugin way faster than if you started from scratch. I hope you all enjoy using this to build some fantastic CMS plugins, either for your team or for sharing on the plugin marketplace. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.